Return with us now to those thrilling days of yesteryear when Lincoln Community Playhouse presents Playhouse on the Air. Our program includes My Favorite Husband and Fibber McGee and Molly.
It's time for My Favorite Husband, starring Shauna Shaefer.
Hello, everybody.
Yes, it's that Happy Family series starring Shauna Shaefer with John Jack, transcribed and brought to you by the Jell-O family of Red Letter Desserts.
J-E-L-L-O. The big red letters stand for the Jell-O family. The big red letters stand for the Jell-O family. That's Jell-O.
Yum, yum, yum.
Jell-O pudding.
Yum, yum, yum.
Jell-O tapioca pudding. Yes, sorry.
And now, Shauna Shaefer with John Jack as Liz and George Cooper, two people who live together and like it. In a little white two-story house located at 321 Bundy Drive in the bustling little suburb of Sheridan Falls, George Cooper is just leaving for the bank.
Goodbye, my little husband. Kiss me, baby. Mwah. You'll be home for dinner, won't you?
Uh-oh, dinner. Liz, I forgot to tell you something.
What?
Now, promise me you won't get mad.
Oh, go ahead. Nothing you say will upset me this morning. I'm in a good mood, and I'm going to stay that way all day long.
I invited Mother to dinner.
Well, that was a short day.
But now, Liz, you promised you wouldn't get mad.
I'm not mad, but your mother was here for dinner just 2 days ago.
That was 2 weeks ago.
How time flies.
Oh, Liz, you're being very unfair. She's coming over to dinner tonight, so why don't you just be nice to her?
Okay, George, I'll be nice to her. I'll feed the hand that bites me. Spinach, Mother Cooper?
Thank you, Liz, dear.
George, would you like some spinach?
I don't believe so, Liz.
Oh, but George, baby, now we should eat our spinach.
But I don't like spinach.
Oh, we must all eat a well-balanced meal to keep our strength up. After all, food is the fuel, and your body is the furnace.
Yeah, but George's furnace has turned into a pot-bellied stove.
I must say, Elizabeth, I don't consider that George is overweight at all. In fact, I think he's looking a little thin and peaked lately.
Ah, here it comes.
Have you been getting enough to eat, baby?
Oh, sure, Mother.
Well, you don't look like it to me, baby.
Don't you worry, Mother Cooper. Baby gets his pablum every 3 hours.
Well,
Coffee, anyone?
oh, not for George, Katy. It keeps him awake, and you know he needs his beauty sleep.
Coffee, Mrs. Cooper?
No, Katy, it keeps me awake, and you know I need my ugly nap.
All right, Liz. Let's talk about Monday night. What are you having for dinner?
Monday night?
Oh, no, I forgot to tell you.
What?
I invited the Atterburys and some important out-of-town clients for dinner.
Oh, well, that isn't so bad, dear. How many extra will there be? 2, 4?
10.
10? As in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10?
Yes, and 2 of us makes 12.
12?
But, honey, we've had 12 to dinner before.
I know, but I'm afraid Katy will get mad.
No, she won't.
Oh, I thought you were in the kitchen.
No, ma'am.
Well, I know it's short notice, Katy. It's only 2 days away, but do you mind if we have 12 people to dinner on Monday night?
Not at all. I think it's a wonderful idea.
Well, Katy, are you sure it won't bother you?
It won't bother me at all. I leave on my vacation Sunday.
Oh, no, I forgot.
Oh, gosh, what'll we do without Katy?
Oh, that's simple enough. Liz will cook the dinner for 12 people.
Liz cooking for 12 people. Oh, no.
Well, let's all have a big laugh. It's good for the digestion. Ha, ha, ha.
Now, Liz, don't get sore. You'll have to admit that's a pretty funny idea.
I fail to see what's so amusing about it. I could cook dinner.
Of course, dear, if you knew how to cook.
Well, I do know how to cook.
Oh, Liz.
What was wrong with the meal you just ate?
Liz, did you cook dinner tonight?
Certainly. I didn't put too much cheese in the souffle, did I?
Oh, so you made the souffle, Elizabeth.
Yes. Did you like it?
Well, it was delicious. In fact, it was so good, you wonder if you'd give me your recipe.
I'd be glad to. I'll phone it to you in the morning.
Oh, no, dear, I'd like it right now.
Oh, well, you just put all the cheese and things in a bowl, and then you take a piece of soup and lay it on the top.
Yes, dear, but you didn't tell me how many eggs you used.
Oh, eggs. Katy, you were watching me. How many eggs did I use?
6.
That's right, 6 eggs.
How much milk?
Milk. Katy?
I wasn't watching.
Well, how many cups did it sound like?
It sounded like 1 cup.
Good ear, Katy. It was 1 cup.
Look, Liz, why don't you just admit you don't know how to cook and we'll hire someone to come in and get the dinner for us?
Well, for 12 people, maybe.
George, baby, since Liz has failed you in your hour of need, why don't you let Mother come in and cook for you? I'd be glad to do it.
That does it. I'm going to cook the dinner.
Oh, come off of it, Liz.
I'd like to see it when you're done.
Go ahead. Laugh. I'll show you. I'll get dinner for 12 people, and it'll be the best, the tastiest, the most wonderful dinner you ever saw.
Liz, is my breakfast ready yet?
Here you are, George. Bacon, fried eggs, toast, and coffee.
This looks wonderful, honey.
Thank you.
Did you cook all of this yourself?
Sure, nothing to it. Go ahead, dig in.
Liz, these eggs are stone cold.
They are? Oh, darn it.
Well, how could they get so cold? How long ago did you cook them?
Last night.
Last night?
Well, George, I'm going to be so busy with the dinner party today, I cooked your breakfast last night and quick froze it.
Oh.
Well, it's a perfectly good fried egg. I just didn't defrost it enough.
Well, thanks anyway. I'll eat breakfast downtown.
Well, suit yourself.
Liz, about this dinner party, are you sure you want to go through with it? Maybe we should have someone in
Now, don't worry, George. I have someone to help me.
Who?
Iris Atterbury.
Oh, brother. I get a great mental picture of you and Iris in the kitchen. 2 blind mice.
Never mind. We'll be just fine.
Yoo-hoo! Anybody home?
Oh, we're in the dining room, Iris.
Oh, Liz girl, George boy.
Hi, Iris. Well, I've got to run or I'll be late.
See you later, dear. Come on out into the kitchen.
Okay. What are you going to have, Liz?
Well, I thought I'd have chicken.
Broiled chicken. Oh, I love it.
Iris, please. Does Oscar of the Waldorf have broiled chicken?
I don't know. Does he?
We're having poulet amandine.
Huh?
I have a wonderful French recipe.
That sounds exciting. Is it hard to do?
No, there's nothing to it. All it calls for is, let's see now, for the dressing, onions, butter, eggs, parsley, celery, and either mushrooms or nut meat. I love mushrooms, but I don't have any in the house.
Well, I'll run down to the grocery while you're getting things ready.
Oh, wait a minute. I just remembered. We have some growing in the backyard.
Well, that's fine. Oh, then I don't have to go to the... Hold it, girl. Are they mushrooms or toadstools?
What's the difference?
Toadstools are poisonous.
Oh, dear. Well, isn't there any way of finding out if they're toadstools or not?
Oh, sure. I'll go out and eat one. If I'm not back in half an hour, use nut meats.
Oh, Iris, don't bother. We'll put in some walnuts instead.
Okay.
Well, let's get started. I'll cut the onions.
Well, I'll help you. We'll get done faster.
Okay, here's an onion for you.
Thanks.
Oh, you know, I can't understand why people make such a fuss over cooking. There's really nothing to it.
Yeah.
You just follow the recipe and poof, chicken amandine.
Yeah. Hand me another onion.
Here. Oh, Iris, I didn't know cooking could be so
Well, it's pretty obvious that here's an occasion where Jell-O can save the day. Sure as shootin', if Liz and Iris treat the clients to a Jell-O dessert, the rest of the meal will be forgiven. I'll bet they'll go for this autumn treat. Rich red strawberry Jell-O teamed up with tart, tangy pineapple. Just prepare the strawberry Jell-O as directed using 1/2 cup of canned pineapple juice for 1/2 cup of water. When slightly thickened, fold in 1 cup of diced canned pineapple and chill until firm. It's a glorious combination, because that delectable strawberry Jell-O now tastes even better than ever. Yes, it's been made richer, even more fruit-like and tempting. All 6 delicious Jell-O flavors are chock full of locked-in goodness, tasting so fruit-rich and tempting. There is a new treat every time. That's strawberry, raspberry, cherry, orange, lemon, and lime. Look for the big red letters on the box. They spell Jell-O, a registered trademark of General Foods. That stands for Red Letter Desserts.
Jello.
As we return to the Coopers, it's several hours later, and we find the kitchen knee-deep in dirty saucepans, greasy skillets, broken eggshells, and well-thumbed cookbooks. Surveying the wreckage proudly are Liz and Iris Atterbury.
Well, Iris, isn't it about time to take the chickens out of the oven?
Well, we've got to be sure, girl.
Yeah?
Let's see. What oven did you use?
Well, the only one we've got, the one on the stove.
No. I meant what temperature?
Oh, what a temperature. 600 degrees.
That sounds a little high.
Well, it's what the book said.
Oh, no. Look here. The book says 300.
I know, but we have 2 chickens, so I doubled it.
I never would have thought of that.
Let's see. What time did we put the chickens in?
At 9 o'clock, and it's 2:30 now.
5.5 hours. Well, they ought to be cooked.
Oh, let's take them out of the oven.
I can't wait to see them. Well, where are they?
Well, they've got to be in there. Look in the back.
Okay. Iris, don't you know this is a gas stove? Why did you put charcoal in here?
Charcoal?
Yeah, see in the back? 2 little lumps of charcoal with legs and wings.
It was all those breadcrumbs you put in. They burnt like toast.
Maybe we can take them out and scrape them.
No, I don't think so, Liz. I think they're done for.
Yoo-hoo, Elizabeth.
Oh, no, it's Mother Cooper.
What timing?
Timing nothing. If I know her, she waited outside till she caught the aroma of burnt meat.
Elizabeth, where are you?
She's lost the scent. Quick, Iris, shut the oven.
Okay.
In the kitchen, Mother Cooper.
Oh, Elizabeth, dear.
Hello, Mrs. Cooper.
Oh, Iris, how are you? I just dropped over to see how you were coming with your little dinner, Elizabeth.
Oh, fine. Fine.
What are you having, if I'm not being too nosy?
You? Nosy?
Well, what are you having?
Chicken amandine.
Really? It's one of my favorite dishes, but you must watch the chickens once they're in the oven. If you aren't careful, they'll burn.
No.
Oh, yes. Yes, it's true. You just keep your eye on them until they get a nice crinkly brown.
How about a nice crusty black?
Iris.
What? What's that burn smell?
It's me. Iris just gave me a hot foot.
Oh, don't be silly. It's something in the oven. Let me see in there.
No, don't.
Just as I thought. They look like 2 little blackbirds. Well, what are you going to do now?
I'm going to get 2 and 20 more and bake them in a pie.
Well, I wash my hands of the whole thing.
Good.
Well, I certainly know when I'm not wanted.
Since when?
Well, good afternoon, Elizabeth.
Must you rush off?
Well,
That's telling her, Liz. She thinks you can't cook a dinner. So this one wasn't very good. You can cook another one.
Sure.
Liz, girl, what's wrong? get started before I leave.
Oh, leave?
Well, yes, girl, I have to get my hair fixed for the dinner tonight.
Do you mean I'm going to have to burn the next 2 chickens all by myself?
Now, Liz, you just buck up.
Ah!
Look, I'll stop by the market on the way to the beauty shop and have them send out 2 more chickens.
Well, okay.
And this time, don't try anything funny. Put them in the pressure cooker. That way, they'll get done in a hurry.
Yeah, in a hurry.
Yeah, and while they're on their way here, you can start the dressing.
Start dressing.
Liz,
What?
you're looking a little dazed. Are you sure you know what to do?
Oh, sure. While you're having your hair done in the pressure cooker, I'll take the chickens to the beauty parlor. I mean, while the chickens are having their hair done, I'll be dressing in the pressure cooker.
Oh, poor dear, I know what you mean.
That's good.
Well, if you need me, I'll be down at the beauty cooker. Pressure parlor. Good luck, girl. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Hello?
Is that you, Liz?
Yes.
I just got home from the beauty parlor. How's it going?
Oh, sure.
What happened, girl?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Well, tell me, how'd the 2 chickens turn out?
Which 2?
Well, I know you burned the 2. What about the other 2?
Which 2?
Will you stop saying which 2? Tell me what happened.
Iris, you're talking to a woman who's gone through 8 chickens today.
Liz, what about the 2 in the pressure cooker?
The pressure cooker exploded.
Well, what about the chickens?
They look delicious.
What do you mean they look delicious?
I can't get them down off the ceiling.
Well, that's 4. What about 5 and 6?
Gone.
Gone?
I got so confused up after cleaning after 3 and 4. I threw 5 and 6 in the garbage disposal.
Well, this is unbelievable.
Finally, the butcher ran out of dressed birds and sent out 2 live ones.
Well, did you cook them?
Cook them? I can't even catch them. When last seen, 7 and 8 were going east on Bundy Drive.
Oh, you poor thing. 8 chickens and nothing to show for it.
Oh, yes, I have. Before she left, 7 laid an egg on the kitchen table.
Well, look, Liz, I had a feeling something like this might happen, so
Iris, I have to go. There's someone at the back door.
Well, don't worry about a thing, girl. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
Oh, sure. Goodbye. I'm coming.
Mrs. George Cooper?
Yes?
Dinner for 12 from Johnson's Catering Service.
A dinner for 12 people? Let me see. Oh, roast beef and potatoes and green beans and Yorkshire pudding. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't send it. You just brought it. Where's the card?
Here.
Mrs. Cooper, I had a hunch you might have trouble with your dinner. Good luck, Katy. Oh, bless Katy and her hunches.
Yeah. Well, I'll be seeing ya.
Thank you again.
The pleasure was all mine.
Oh, that wonderful Katy. My dinner party's saved. I'll have to call Iris and tell her. Now, who's that?
Hi, lady.
Did you forget something?
Well, not exactly. I got in my truck and I looked at the address of my next delivery, and it's you.
Me? Well, let's see what this one is. Oh, my goodness. Lobster thermidor and French fries and asparagus. Oh, isn't it just scrumptious?
Yeah. Aren't you gonna kiss me?
Let me see the card. I knew you'd be needing this, dear girl. Signed, Iris. Oh, Iris is the best friend a girl ever had, isn't she?
I'll say. Iris who?
Never mind. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, that Iris. I have to call her. Oh, no. If that's who I think it is, I'm up to my snood in food. You again?
Yeah, it's me, the Horn of Plenty.
Well, let's see what this one is. Oh my, would you look at that? Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah. What is it?
It's pheasant under glass. Where's the card?
Oh, here.
Iris told me you were having your troubles. Hope this little snack fills the bill, Mr. Atterbury. Oh, isn't that sweet?
Yeah.
Oh, everything's turned out all right after all. I'm so grateful to you for bringing these things. I want to give you a little something.
Oh, boy.
Unpucker, bud. Here's your tip.
Gee, a bowl of Yorkshire pudding. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Hello?
Elizabeth, I just called to set your mind at ease, dear. Even after the way you treated me, I've saved the day for you.
You have?
Uh-huh. I made a complete dinner for 12, and I'll bring it over.
Well, that's very nice of you, Mother Cooper, but thanks just the same. Dinner's all ready and waiting in the kitchen.
Really, Elizabeth?
Mm-hmm.
What are you having?
Well, I had a little extra time today, so I'm giving my guests a choice of prime rib, lobster thermidor, or pheasant under glass.
But I don't understand.
Well, why don't you come over to dinner too, Mother? I have plenty of food.
Really?
Yes, George will pick you up. Goodbye. La-dee-da, la-dee-da. Hello?
Hello, dear. How's everything going?
Oh, fine, fine.
You didn't knock yourself out cooking, did you?
No, George, it was no effort at all. What time will you be here?
Well, that's what I called to tell you about.
What do you mean?
Well, honey, it's it's the funniest thing. I just checked with my calendar, and
Yes?
the dinner isn't tonight. It's next week.
Oh, no!
You have been listening to My Favorite Husband, recreated by Lincoln Community Playhouse, featuring our Playhouse on the Air performers,
Jeanne Kern.
John Jack.
Shauna Shaefer.
Anne Eklund.
Deanna Walz.
Matthew Bejjani.
Mark Mesarch.
Playhouse on the Air is a program of Lincoln Community Playhouse in Lincoln, Nebraska. For more information on our programs, please go to lincolnplayhouse.com.
The Johnson Wax Program with Fibber McGee and Molly. The makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat present Fibber McGee and Molly, written by Don Quinn, with music by the Kingsmen and the Billy Mills Orchestra. Do you ever say to yourself, "Oh boy, I feel lazy today"? Don't let it worry you if you do, because you've got lots of company. No one denies that work is man's greatest need and almost his best friend. But that doesn't mean unnecessary work. Take your floors, for example. You could go on scrubbing your linoleum floors all your life, and what would it get you? Well, an aching back and red hands for yourself, and ruined linoleum in the bargain. So you wisely protect your floors with Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat, saving yourself unnecessary work, keeping your linoleum always bright and shining, making it last longer. And with the hours of time you save with Glow Coat, you can do important things that perhaps you've had to neglect. Reading, playing with your children, seeing your friends. Johnson's Glow Coat saves work because it is self-polishing, needs no rubbing or buffing. Look for the familiar red and yellow Glow Coat package at your dealers. The McGees attended a piano concert last night, and since then our hero has been in an artistic daze. The idea of learning piano has opened new and even more wistful vistas to him, And here, on their way to the music store to arrange for piano lessons, we find Fibber McGee and Molly.
I'll bet I'll be pretty popular at parties when I get so I can really slap a Steinway around.
You thought you'd be pretty popular at picnics when you took up the mandolin, too.
Well,
But who was it that was always sent back home for more potato salad?
Piano is different. It's got class.
Do you realize what it's going to cost you to take piano lessons?
It ain't gonna cost anything. What I save on barbers will pay for the lessons.
How so?
Did you ever see a musician with a haircut? Come on, here's the music store.
Yes, sir. Something in musical instruments, sir? We're having a special today on sweet potatoes, $1.95. 2 1/4 with gravy.
Does this store arrange for piano lessons, Bud?
Only with the sale of a new piano, sir.
Well, we could use a new one. What do you got in the way of pianos, Bud?
Stools. But we could move them to one side if you didn't mind standing up to play.
Look, McGee, we're not buying any new piano. We haven't paid for the one we got yet.
Okay. Look, Bud, how about a book on piano playing for beginners?
Certainly, sir. Here's one right here entitled Cantatas for the Kiddies, or How to Make a Louse Out of Strauss.
Wrap it up.
Oh, but McGee, that's for children. You don't want to...
I ain't proud. I got to start at the very beginning, ain't I? I don't expect to be on par with Fritz Kreisler overnight.
Kreisler is a violinist, sir.
Don't he play the piano?
No, sir.
Oh, then I am on par with Kreisler. That's encouraging.
You're also on a par with Jean Autry's horse. He can't play the piano either.
Here's your book, sir. $2.
Okay, Bud. Here you are.
Thank you, and I sincerely hope, sir, that you get along nicely with your music. I, myself, am by way of being a composer, you know.
Oh, how interesting. What have you composed?
I wrote an impressionistic little thing for string ensembles. It was a descriptive piece about a man waiting outside the maternity ward.
Oh, kind of a cute idea, Bud. What'd you call it?
Hubby Lobby. Well, good luck with the lessons, sir.
You know, Molly, I got a feeling this marks a turning point in my life.
You've had so many turning points, you'll soon be known as Whirling Fibber McGee.
Well, hello there, daughter. Hello, Johnny. What you doing?
McGee just decided to take piano lessons, Mr. Oldtimer.
Is that so? I come from a musical family myself, kids. Papa was a surgeon, and just to relax, he used to play tunes on his saw.
I'll bet his patients loved that.
We never knew. Trees don't talk.
Oh, he was a tree surgeon.
Yep. Spent 4 years as an intern in a lumber yard.
I had a cousin that was a tree surgeon, specialized in optical work on bird's eye maple.
That's pretty good, Johnny. But that ain't the way I heard it. The way I heard it was... You play another instrument, Johnny?
Well, used to. When I was wooing Molly here, I used to play the mandolin on canoe rides, but she made me give it up.
What for, daughter?
Because I got tired of doing all the paddling, that's why.
Oh, well, that's pretty good, daughter. But that ain't the way I heard it. By the way, do you read music, Johnny?
Oh, I did once, and I can pick it up again pretty fast. Why, when I was a kid, I studied for a long, long time under the famous Professor Ware. Long Underwear McGee, I was known as in them days.
Oh, dear.
That's pretty good, Johnny, but...
Long Underwear McGee, the mighty muck and muck of the metronome, making mugs of the mediocre musical mutts, muddling through a mess of monotonous medleys, making millions marvel at the minor melodies made into magnificent masterpieces by the miraculous movements of my magic mitts, miffin many a maestro as I modulated from March Militaire to Minuet in G. And that's the story of Long Underwear McGee.
Heavenly days, McGee. Can't you give that tired old piano a rest? I've had 3 phone calls from the neighbors complaining about the noise.
Can't stop now, Molly. I'm just getting the hang of it.
Getting the hang of it? It'll be years before you can even play chopsticks without getting a nasty note from the Chinese ambassador.
Oh, I don't know. I'm catching on pretty fast. Only thing that bothers me is these pedals underneath. I don't know which is the brake and which is the clutch. Maybe if I just...
McGee, Mrs. Uppington is at the door.
Oh, she would be. Well, give the old war horse some hay and slap her into a stall.
Hush. After all, she's the one who gave us the tickets to the concert. Come in, Abigail.
How do you do, my dear? And how do you do, Mr. McGee? Well, I didn't know you were a pianist, Mr. McGee.
Didn't you, honest Uppy? Well, shucks.
And I dearly love piano music. Tell me, do you know Schubert's Unfinished Symphony?
No, I don't, Uppy. I started to add that to my repertoire once, and then I thought, shucks, why learn that till it's finished? Then I can play the whole thing. So I never bothered.
How amusing. Well, I studied piano once myself, you know. My instructor always said the nicest things about my contrapuntal bravura.
Did you slap his sassy face, Abigail?
Oh, Mrs. McGee.
What do you have to say about your piano playing, Uppy?
Oh, I was a very brilliant pupil. I won scholarship after scholarship. The minute I went into one conservatory, they would give me a scholarship and send me somewhere else. It was a very broadening experience.
Yes, so I see. I always said they made those piano stools too narrow. Incidentally, Abigail, we want to thank you for your tickets to the concert. We enjoyed every minute of it.
Yes, though personally, I thought the guy was pretty high-hat, Uppy. In one number, when he got pretty good, I tossed 4 bits up on the stage, and all I got was a dirty look.
Oh, well, I hope you get along nicely with your practicing, Mr. McGee. May I try your piano?
Well, sure, go ahead, Uppy. Though it ain't in very good shape. We used it so little, some of the keys have turned black.
Let me see now. Oh, yes.
Heavenly days, McGee. She can give you the lost chord with knots in it.
Pretty good, Uppy. What was the name of that number?
That was a little folk song I picked up in Brittany, Mr. McGee. It is called Frappez-moi mon père huit à la monsieur.
Meaning what?
Beat me, Daddy. 8 to the bar. Well, so glad you enjoyed the concert. Goodbye.
And you were going to show her how to play the piano.
Yeah, you wait. I'll show you. Wait till my teacher gets here.
Your teacher?
Yep. I looked up a piano teacher in the classified directory. She ought to be here any minute. Hey, Molly, what's an octave?
An octave is 8 notes.
It is?
Yes. Remember that dirty octave we got from the piano company last month?
Hey, Molly. I was just passing by when I heard you dusting the piano, so I thought I'd drop in and suggest that a little Johnson's wax would...
I wasn't dusting the piano, Mr. Clark.
That was me, Scott. I was practicing my piano lessons.
You taking piano lessons?
Laugh if you wanna, but I've started this and I'm going through with it.
Well, let me know if you get stuck on any technicalities.
Why, Mr. Clark, are you a musician?
In a way, I am an expert in domestic harmony. For instance, I keep harping on the fact that housework is much less trouble if you take sharp measures in your flat to bar dust and dirt with Johnson's wax. Johnson's wax gives you, as a matter of chorus, the key to a better scale of living. So go overture nearest dealers and see the man at the counter point to Johnson's wax as the major product of its kind. Duet today.
Heavenly days. Do you know what you deserve for a sales talk like that?
Sure, but it won't hurt because I have a pillow stuffed in my pants, see?
Oh, you saw it coming, eh?
Yes, I call this my pun cushion. Well, see you later, folks.
See the man at the counterpoint to Johnson's wax. As the barber says to the guy that was just getting out of the chair, what'll he think of next? Oh, well. Ain't this a panic, Molly? Here we've had the piano all this time, and I never knew till now that I was a musician.
That's nothing. My grandfather was 80 years old before he discovered he was an octogenarian.
1, 2, 3, 5, 4. Oh, I thought he ate meat. 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5 and a half. Dead rat it.
Now what's the matter?
My thumbs. They're too short. Maybe if I put thimbles on them, they'd be...
I hope that isn't another neighbor to complain about your practicing. Come in.
Excuse it, please, but is Mr. McGee living here?
You betcha, sis. I'm him.
I'm the teacher. You are calling me up for some music lessons?
Yes. Come right in, dearie. Here's your little pupil right here. Pupil, here's your teacher.
Hiya, sis. Let's get started right away. What do you say?
Certainly. What kind of piano are you wishing to learn, please? Classic, jitterbugging, conservative, or boogie-woogie?
All of them. I want to be a finished pianist as soon as possible.
That's funny. That's exactly what I want you to be.
Please, Molly, you ain't got the right attitude about this. Here I am about to bring art and culture into our drab lives. And what do?
Oh, I just stand around here like little Audrey and laugh and laugh and laugh.
Okay. But I say I'm going to learn piano and I'm going through with it. Now look, sis, what's your name?
My married name is being Highwater.
And what's your first name, dearie?
Helen.
I see. And I'm going to learn piano in spite of it. Now, come on, sis. Teach.
Certainly. First is sitting on the piano stool, relaxed.
Don't go to sleep, dearie. Just relax.
Then is placing the fingers on the keys like this. My. Such interesting hands you got yet.
What you mean, sis?
Well, I am also being a fortune teller, Mr. McGee. From the lines on the hands, I am telling you are a pest, present and future. For instance, from this line here, I am seeing that you are neutrally very domesticated.
She's wonderful, McGee. That's where you cut yourself with a can opener.
Well, go on, sis. What else do my hands say?
It's looking like bad news. There is something about a financial difficulty in the near future.
There is, eh? Well, shucks. That won't be any... hey, incidentally, how much do you charge for piano lessons?
$20 for a half hour.
Oh, heavenly days.
Well, no, you don't, sis. That's too much. I won't pay it. Sorry you had your visit for nothing, but the deal's off.
Shall I call you a taxi cab?
Thank you. No, my taxi is waiting outside. I told him I'd be right out.
What? Well, how did you know?
I told my own fortune before I left home. Goodbye.
The dad ratted...
Did you have this much trouble learning the mandolin?
I should say not. When I took up the study of mandolin, I sat at the feet of one of the great masters.
And what did he do?
He kicked me. So I taught myself, just like I'm going to teach myself the piano.
Now, look here, McGee. What's the idea of irritating the whole neighborhood with your rum-titty-bum, rum-titty-bum?
I ain't going rum-titty-bum, rum-titty-bum. All I was doing is...
Stop it! Stop it, for goodness sake! Oh, this eternal do-re-mi has me frantic.
You mean this?
Oh!
Oh, for goodness sake, Mr. Guildersleeve.
Well, I am a music lover.
You? A music lover? Oh, well, that's a laugh, Guildersleeve. Why, you wouldn't know the old oaken bucket if somebody stuck their head in it, and I think they oughta.
Is that so?
Yes, that's so.
You're a hard man, McGee, and by George, this time you've gone too far.
Well, he knows the way back.
You've trifled with me once too often, McGee. Well, if I had a tape measure, I'd beat you within an inch of your life.
Yeah? Well, don't get carried away with me, you big blimp, or I'll let you have it. And between you and me, you could use a little.
A little what?
A little it.
Oh.
Now, boys, let's not quarrel. McGee's piano studies won't last long, Mr. Guildersleeve. It's just a passing fancy with him.
It's never no such thing. I've started learning piano, and I'm going through with it.
Now, look here, little chum. Let's get together on this.
Okay, Gildy, let's get together. You sit next to me, and we'll both go.
No, stop it. What I meant was, can't we make a deal? How about selling me the piano? I'll pay any price. It isn't downright fantastic.
We can't sell it, Mr. Guildersleeve. It isn't ours.
Well, whose is it?
Wistful Vista Piano Company's. Still owe a few back payments on it.
Back payments, eh? Very interesting. As a matter of fact, the president of the piano company is a very good friend of mine. Yes, indeed. Well, if you'll excuse me, I have to go see a man about a dog.
So long, Gildy.
Goodbye, Fido.
Fido? What do you mean by that?
Search me, dearie. But look, now that you've begun to use this piano, hadn't you better finish paying for it?
Oh, they ain't gonna make trouble after all these years. But maybe I better call them up and straighten it out. Give me the phone.
Here.
Thanks. Hello, operator. Give me Wistful Vista. Oh, is that you, Mert? Give me Wistful Vista 9999. Will you, Mert? Thanks. Hello, is this 9999? Eh? Oh, well, what number is it? Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, Mert, what's the matter with you? I called 9999 and you give me 6666. Eh? Oh, I see. Well, never mind. Thanks anyway.
How'd she happen to give you 6666 instead of 9999, McGee?
She says they got her so busy she's standing on her head. Well, I better get on with my practicing. As Fibber McGee says when he heard somebody knocking at the door, "Who's that?"
Search me. Come in.
We're from the Wistful Vista Piano Company, Doc. We come for the piano.
It's repossessed, buddy.
Oh, now wait a minute, fellas. You can't do this to me. A friend of mine is a good friend of the president of the piano company. He was going to speak to his friend about them back payments.
He did.
Uh-oh.
Gildersleeve. Why, that dirty... Now look, fellas. I'm studying how to play this thing, see? You don't want me to grow up in ignorance of the finer things in life, do you? You don't want to stunt my character by denying me the cultural advantages.
Grab that into the box, Charlie. That's it.
Hey, it won't go through that door. How'd he get it in here?
We've had the door weather stripped since we bought the piano, boys. You can't get it out without damaging the door.
And if you make one mark on that door, I'll sue the piano company for plenty. See?
He's got us, Charlie.
Oh, no, he ain't, Percy. That's a big window over there. We can get it out that way. Open it up.
Well, there goes your musical career, dearie. Right out the window.
Oh, yeah? They can't do this to me. Drop that piano, you big palookas. Oh, I didn't say on my foot.
Easy now, Charlie. It'll go through the window, okay?
I got it, Percy.
Oh, no, you don't. If you take that piano out of here, you'll have to take me with it.
Okay.
It's a deal.
McGee, let go of that piano. You can't. Oh, McGee. Oh, McGee, are you hurt, darling?
No, I guess not. Give me a hand back through the window, will you? Oh, dad ratted.
McGee, I'm proud of you.
You mean for putting up a fight for that piano?
No, for your musical persistence.
What you mean?
You said you were going to go through with it, and you did.
Ah, pshaw.
Probably no floor in your entire home gets harder wear than your kitchen floor. It gets heavy traffic. Wet and muddy feet track across it regularly, and it gets more than its share of things spilled on it. In fact, your kitchen floor could easily be your problem floor if it weren't for Johnson's self-polishing glow coat. This easy-to-use floor polish has simply eliminated that problem altogether. First, because glow coat protects the linoleum against scratches and dirt penetration. Second, because glow coat makes a linoleum floor beautiful, makes it gleam and sparkle, keeps its colors like new. Third, because glow coat actually makes the linoleum last much longer. And fourth, because it saves you so much hard work. Johnson's glow coat needs no rubbing or buffing. Simply apply and let dry, and in 20 minutes, your floor gleams under its protective polish. Put glow coat on your next shopping list.
I told you, Molly, it takes more than a guy like Guildersleeve to get the best of a McGee.
I'll say it does, dearie.
Yes, sir.
Pardon me, sir. You'll have to leave now.
Why?
The Wistful Vista Piano Company warehouse always closes at 6.
Oh, okay. Well, good night.
Good night, all.
If you own an automobile, you'll be glad to know about Carnu, Johnson's sensational new auto polish. Whether your car is old or new, you can improve its appearance, increase its trade-in value, add to your pleasure of driving simply by giving it a Carnu beauty treatment. All of this at low cost and with very little work, because Carnu both cleans and wax polishes at the same time, in half the time it used to take. Write this down on your memo pad tonight. I want to wax polish my car with Johnson's Carnu, spelled C-A-R-N-U. This is Scott Clark, speaking for the makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat, inviting you to be with us again next Tuesday night. Good night.
You've been listening to Fibber McGee and Molly, recreated by Lincoln Community Playhouse, featuring our Playhouse on the Air performers
Robert Doxtator,
Jeanne Overkamp,
Mike Maytum,
John Kruse,
Randy Bretz,
Paige Patton,
Laura Black,
Dennis Frederick,
Tory Petz,
Scott Clark.
Playhouse on the Air was directed by Morrie Enders, with Barb Armstead as stage manager and Sara Bournia as sound technician. Music composed and performed by Jack Forbes Wilson. For more information on Lincoln Community Playhouse, please go to lincolnplayhouse.com.